welcome to the Age of Listening channel. We're going to have a look at the banks today because I heard news that there was possibly something kicking off in the US in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. And there is disinformation out there, fear porn, a lot of other things, but there's also a lot of truths mixed in, but none of us know. I don't profess to know anything about what's going on, but I did think that would be interesting to know. I'm a Gemini Taurus, so for me I'm split between always wanting to know the truth and then half of me just happy to let it go and let things unfold naturally. So I'm always in a dichotomy. But anyway, I pulled one oracle card for a general theme, and I got here and now. It's here and now. So that was a bit wow, out of the gate. But we're going, what I've heard basically is that you're not going to be able to get money out of using your card, and so you know, it might be a necessity to carry around some cash while there is a swap over, I presume. So let's have a little look. I believe that cards for me will say whatever I want to hear. And right now, I don't really, and so that's why a card reader has to be completely unbiased. In this particular situation, as I did when I did an ATM reading not so long ago, which said, yes, there is going to be a time, it is true that it is going to be impossible to get money out of those. But there is no timing really on tarot, and also, I mean, obviously if it's in 20 years time we've all gone, you know, to holographic suites or whatever to get our money on, you know, I mean, then obviously I was I was wrong and my cards were wrong, but I'm talking like in the next couple of years. But anyway, so I feel quite ambivalent either way. I feel very prepared, and I'm not in a unsafe position, so I can honestly say, setting my intention, that either way is fine with me. So let's have a little look. I'm going to do one more shuffle, but the card I might as well show you. Was here and now. So you've got the past, something is birthing in the present because we've got the egg, and here's the future, here and now. Yep, the path. Okay, so let's have, I'll just show it you. Again, it's an opening, a portway. There's a path we're going down. So yeah, here and now, a path we're going down. I'm going to, because it's quite important, I'm going to use my Rider-Waite&Smith. I want to have access to all the pardon me. I want to have the use of all the symbology at hand. Although I'm mostly interested in symbology, I'm mostly interested in numerology. Oh dear, I might have to pause and blow my nose. Whoa, okay, I've blown my nose. I might do several spreads, we'll see. Because what you've got to realise is, I think it's the joss stick. What you've got to realise is that when doing a reading like this, and if you're learning tarot, doing the right spread for it, and also coming from the right perspective, because my client in this situation will have to be the banks, okay? And it's really difficult to put myself in the position of them in my mindset, so that I can try and channel them and try and channel all the people, you know, try and channel where they're coming from is quite difficult, I find, other than a client, you know. So I'll try and keep that in mind. Now, that is 2 cards. I leave it. However they go, I leave it. I cut 3 ways, and I always let go at the point I feel I should let go, just so you know. Right, so Queen of Swords then, straight off the bat, the question. This is the question. When we look at the Queen of Swords, you know, this is the person that is constructing, constructive, realistic intellect. It's kind of the hard knocks. It's a lot of things. It's caution as well. This may be constructive criticism, but in this concept that we're looking at right now, Queen of Swords, she does as she wants to do, and she feels empowered enough to do it. How can they deal? How do they feel that they can deal with this? Well, it's in secret. Straight off the bat, how do they feel that they can deal with the situation in hand? Secret, straight off. What actions currently are they undertaking? The Hermit, behind the scenes, going off. This is somebody going off into the desert. So I'm just hoping you could see that. Let me see if I can open this up a bit. Can you see that now? I can't see because my thing's in the way. Yeah, so doing in secret. What are the immediate goals from position 3? What they should, sorry, what are their immediate goals, and is this what should be sought? Yeah, well, I noticed this because whatever happens in America happens in England. You know, we're very much entwined. This is my NHS card, or DHSS, or Universal Credit Card. Giving to the worthy, giving to the giving to the people that need, that are in need, but only to. But this person here has been discerning who he gives it to, because there's 2 people and he's holding a balance. He doesn't give to both. This person has got a piece of red hidden inside of his cloak, and so. And I've always seen that as I've always seen that as going by their emotion, no boundaries. But here we have in yellow, we have the beggar who's wearing yellow, of intelligence and happiness, creativity and positivity, and therefore the ruler is using his emotion, and he's seeing who he feels that he should give to, and he feels creatively that this person stands a better chance of doing something, and so they're being careful where they sow their seeds, on where they what they think will grow from that. So he's looking at potential and he sees it with this person. So immediate goals. I've noticed in the UK that they've changed their remit over the last 2 weeks to giving cash and not giving vouchers to people, which I kind of clocked and thought, that's a bit interesting. Why are they giving cash? They never do that. So what have they got? What asset have they got to help them achieve this goal? Media, because that's my media card. So yeah, I'm just gonna, I mean, that's just self-explanatory. What opportunity does the financial institution need to look for in helping them to do what they feel they need to do? And here's the Magician card. I don't really do upside down. I mean, you know, this is the man that can, and upside down for me, because there is an argument over, well, not argument, but disagreement, you know, over what upside down reverses mean. But to me, this, you know, you will see it come into fruition, or you will see yourself coming into this role, and this is, you don't know this person very well, but you think you do, and then so you'll realize, so if you've got the Magician in your life, and this is a dating spread, you would say, okay, you don't know this man, but as you get to know them, everything will be revealed in a positive way. Where if it's in reverse, you think you know this person, but as you get to know them, you realise you don't know them at all, and they're not actually who they're meant to be. So that's how I do reverses for people dating. So okay, so what opportunity does the financial institution then, what do they need to look for in order to bring their plan in? And I mean, this is your ducks in a row. This is for me when all the ducks are in a row. What is the client's viewpoint? Well, holy cow, if you got that in. The ruler. Yeah, rulership. It is rulership, control, new establishment. When or what needs to be in place? I mean, gosh, they're apprehensive at the moment and not feeling brilliantly confident. There needs to be ducks in a row, because the Page of Pentacles stands in awe of his pentacle. He's looking at it going, you know, this is a really big deal, and I have really got to think long and hard about it, because he's wearing his red hat there. So he's got red is kind of can be self-confidence, and passion and love and everything else, but it can also signify, gosh, I know a lot about this, but do I know what to do with it? Because he knows he's holding something very valuable. So there's a certain amount of hesitation here. So possibly with the 8, so it's when or what needs to be in place, when there's no hesitation, I would say. Why do they need this in place? Okay. Right, so we've got the 8. Now, I know how this looks, and you could actually, comically, you could actually say, yeah, put us all in bondage. But actually, you know, I've got to be true to myself. This card, to me, is always about the initiate. It's going into new way of thinking. It's going towards, you're leaving behind 7 of kind of decision making and thought processes and a certain amount of control, and you are stepping forward to the singular sword that is in front, a new thing, a new way of approaching something. And this is to do with planning in the mind, because swords are all about the mind, thought, truth and justice. It's walking into that new way. Can't make this up. This is brilliant. Oh, you saw me shuffle. So how to accomplish things. Oh wow. So as Higher Source Tarot, I love her. I've not watched her actually in about a year, but I love her. And she always says that the Tower card is let go or be dragged. So when you get that Tower card for you personally, it's not a bad card. it's something is happening for your benefit, but it doesn't feel like it at the time because something has to crash and burn in order for you to go to the path that you need to go on. So in this context, how are the establishments going to accomplish the things that they want? How are they going to accomplish things to look for, or how is this going to happen? And it's going to be, well, it's the Tower. It's the Tower card. They're gonna, it's all organized. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try and take a screenshot of that, but that's quite amazing. So I guess my answer is yes. They are. And I've gotten here and now. So why don't we, for a bit of a laugh, do a really short spread and see if that's still the case. Oops, what am I doing? Not done this before, I don't think. So let's do a really short one and see what it says. I'm going to really shuffle a lot. I hope that you have got enough money for car issues that you may have, because you won't, you know, if tills aren't opening for a few days, you're going to need a tank full, aren't you? Have you got enough, essentials in your parlour? That's an old word. Have you got enough essentials to last you for, a couple of days or a couple of weeks? Possibly even a couple of months. So you kind of, we don't know, do we? So make sure you get that over the next 24 hours if you can. And wow, I've got that. I'm quite blown away by that. I'm really going to shuffle these because I really want to make sure. I see a lot of tarot card readers, they kind of shuffle like this once, and then they do this over and over again. And I've always never really understood that, because the bottom card is always going to be that or that. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really make much sense. So I always do a really good shuffle first for any of you who want to be tarot card readers, and then I make sure I do that, really mix it up, and then I go back and do it. And to me, that's shuffling. Now I've shuffled. Do you see what I mean? Just a little bit of a thing about me. And then we cut. So we are going to do the querent here, situation, the atmosphere, the past. I've already got something for that. The near future, advice. I've not looked at them yet because I'm looking at something else. Clarify, main, and clarifying further explanation. So let's have a look then. So in the past, yeah, everything was jolly. Everything was jolly, running smooth. Harvest coming in, everyone's happy. I'm going to turn it upside down. At the moment, they're working really hard. When we look at the 8s here, which is about accomplishment, action, anticipation and mastery, working really hard to do what they are wanting to do. In the near future, we're nearing the end. This is 9. 9 is attainment. it is fruition and fulfillment, and 9s are the end. 10 is a new beginning, because 1 and 0 is starting off the whole cycle again. So it could be, yeah, so anyway, so 9 is the end, so it's a bit like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. You've got 12 o'clock. Do you see what I mean? It's the in-between space. So there is the energy in the future. There is going to be an end to something. All of their energy they've been putting in. So when you have these ones behind them, because they are behind him, they've propelled him from past experience. All of the boldness and competitiveness and the drive and ambition, they are behind him. He knows from past experience, and he's holding that single wand of new opportunities and new beginnings. That's what that means. So well, according to me. Right, let's look further then. We've got the situation with the 2s. 2s are all about duality, partnership, balance and choice. And this person sits on a small throne, but it is still a throne. And this card, there's contention with the meaning of this, but this person is balanced. It's very synonymous for me with kind of Justice card, because there is balance in the way that they're being held. And there's a certain amount of holding back and secrecy. This person keeps their truths to themselves. So, you know, there you go. We have this is the present atmosphere, but the situation is this person with the Knight of Swords rushes in where few fear to tread, and going against the wind. So something is with them. They're going against the kind of the narrative. Whatever the narrative is out there, they're not going to be doing it because he is rushing against the wind. With the seventh placement, to clarify here, the Empress. So what they're really feeling with these two cards, you know, the Empress is all about a new cycle, and kind of makes sense. The near future, it's a new cycle of where they're going to prosper. And over here we've got advice card. Now this can often clarify this, but it's certainly a very positive card, because we've got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is confident and determined, independent, on fire, showing strength, bold and outgoing. So, you know, yep, sums it up for me. And then we've got two cards here. So the main focus here for what they're doing is the Ace of Wands. So they're coming in powerful, new energy, new drive, and yeah, and also it means spring. Now where we are, we're kind of coming into spring. Wow. Okay. To clarify this then, for further explanation, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I mean, two wands together here. This is entrepreneurial, impulsive, ruthless, high expectations, high creativity, fire and strength. It's a driving force, it's courage and confidence. So this person goes looking for a challenge, you know. Give me a mountain and I will climb it. So yeah, great for them. If this was a business, I'd say, woohoo, go for it. So, from what I gather from that, looking at this from a client's perspective, if they were the I'm trying not to say the word, but you know, from the financial institutes, this is an absolute given. It is happening. It's going to make them very wealthy, very prosperous, and yeah, it is going to happen. Kind of 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to eat my hat, and I'm standing out here now. I'm just trying to think if, for time limit, around what we're talking about. Because wands are mostly weeks, and we didn't have any cups, and we didn't have any pentacles, because pentacles are years. But we did have a lot of swords, and swords are days or autumn. So you'll have to look back at, because I can't remember now what the main cards were. So I think it's either swords is days or in the autumn, and wands are all about 4 weeks, and so four wands would be 4 weeks, you know, it's weeks, but it does mean springtime. So yeah, get your essentials ready just in case then, I'd say. Give me a thumbs up and a comment, please. Helps my channel. Bye.